Welcome to ABB Tutorials. My name is David, and this is a short demonstration on how navigation works in Linea. For this example, I'm going to be using data from a temperature sensor, and I'm going to walk you through the different ways to control the time and navigate in Linea. Main navigation is based on the axis, so the x-axis typically representing time, and the y-axis typically representing the variation of data. There are basically two ways to interact with time. The first one is directly in the visualization area by panning and zooming, and the second one is to use the time control section on the bottom left part of the screen. Let's have a look at the different features that we have for controlling the time. The easiest way to control the time would be to use the quick ranges. Those are typically last hour, last day, last month, as well as some calendar months. These ranges are often dynamic, which means that every time you log into the system, it will then refer to the last hour. Another way to control the time is to use the from and to input boxes. You have some date pickers here that can help you out to write the date you want to select. And we also can use some dynamic operators and refer to now. For instance, you can have years, day, hour, minute, or seconds, and these are available in the user manual. Normally, they're represented with a letter. So this way, I'm configuring the trend to look at the last 12 months. So you see now minus 12 months to now. In addition to setting the time range, time control has also an option to set the automatic refresh rate for the trends. This can be set from each second to every minute. You can always also refresh the data by clicking on refresh button. There's also a new feature called time groups, and this is very nice when you want to compare two different incidents or two different time periods for the same figure. In this case, when you select group 1, this is the time range that will be applied to that group, and then you can go to group number 2 and then select a different time range. In this case, we're having in the example group 2 is October, and group 1 I'm going to set up to September. As you can see, if I go to the top part of the visualization, I get group 1 and group 2, and when I change, you see that the visualization is showing me October for group 2 and September for group 1. Now let's talk about the axis interaction. Linea is highly responsive to accommodate the needs for someone that needs full control on how the data is displayed. In this example, I'm going to show panning and zooming directly on the visualization, but you can also pan and zoom on the axis. And using the scroll of the mouse to zoom and then the panning function. The same can be done on the x-axis. And then you have a very nice and granular way to control the time. Last thing I'm going to show you is the zooming capabilities for specific areas that you want to work within the visualization. So when we right click on the mouse, then you see a box appears. And then if you select a rectangle, you're zooming in the area that is highlighted, and that would apply to the axis X and Y. You see the example here. But you can also only zoom in one of the axes. In this case, if you hold the cursor within those limits, then it's only gonna select the X, and you see the pop-up there. In the same way would be zooming only on Y, then you hold the cursor within these limits, and then you're going to be zooming only on that axis. This concludes the tutorial for navigation. Thank you.